All right, this is going to be episode 2. Okay, so I got a lot of things on my mind. It's nighttime right now, but I'm laying in bed, and usually at night, I think about a lot of stuff. So I haven't put up the video that's going to be labeled episode 1 yet. By the time this one is up, of course, episode 1 is going to be up because I'm too big on details for it not to be working properly. Also, I really hope I'm going to listen to the video when I'm done, but I really hope you can't hear the AC in the back, the little box unit. But if you can, listen, guys, I'm not about to be sweating trying to make a video. I got to keep that thing running all day, all night. Because the room that I'm in, I don't have no windows in here. So I don't get no fresh air. I got to keep that AC unit running to circulate the air. Or it's like when you go into the garage, you turn on the car and you close down the garage, you'll faint from, I think it's carbon monoxide poisoning. It's the same thing if you sit in a room all day and you don't go outside and you don't have windows, you'll fucking die. So you gotta keep some type of airflow, circulation, something, or it's just gonna be bad. So I apologize if the AC, if that disturbs the video. Hopefully it's not too much of a bother, but I have my AirPods in and I have it on the highest volume possible. So hopefully it's okay. But yeah, I was thinking about a few things. First of all, okay, some shit pissed me off. I try to keep my cool and I analyze everything to try to make sense of it. But sometimes you gotta just react, you know? You gotta let the gangsta out a little bit. So basically, I went to this school, right? It was a community college. Now, granted, the community college was in a white town. It's in a country white town. So you already know if you're a black person, you're gonna have some issues. So when I get here, I didn't know it was white country. I thought it was like, how can I put it? Because I grew up in a black country type of place. So we had legit Indians, cowboys, if you know, you know, in Texas, people will know their history in southern states most of the time. So when you grow up in those small town type areas or rural areas, them the places that really got a lot of the culture for real in it, the true culture, not the one that's been televised, but the stuff that's passed down from generation to generation. You find it in them small black country towns. So this is a white country town though. So this is like KKK vibe. This is like hillbilly, like, you know. But I didn't think it was that bad. Not that that's bad. As long as you can be whatever you want, as long as you're respectful to other people. So it's not that it's bad. But I'm saying I didn't know it was like that. I'm thinking that it's gonna be just like couple black, couple Hispanic, couple white, not so much black country, but just kind of like everybody country, like Mexican country, black country, white country, a little bit of everything, but it's white country. So when I go to the grocery store, like one time I was trying to buy some beer at the grocery store. I said, "Hey, good morning." That white woman looked at me and was like, "ID." Her whole demeanor changed. She was so nice to the white lady in front of me, talking and all that. Her whole demeanor changed. I don't know if she thought I was trying to sneak and do something. I don't know if she felt like she needed to be assertive to let me know she was serious about the ID. I don't know. But I felt it hurt my feelings. I felt disgusted because you was just so happy and hunky dory with the first motherfucker. But then when it come to me, oh, it's a different vibe. I'm like, damn, all you had to do was say I need to see your ID first. That's all it would have took. So when she did that, I was like, oh, well, fuck you too. I take my good morning back. So I gave her my ID, and after that, she was like trying to be nice, because she knew she overdid it. That's how you know somebody know they fucked up is when they try to be hella nice afterwards. So um, after she do that, she trying to be cool, and the other guy trying to smooth it over, making a couple jokes and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, ha 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 ha, thank you, have a good day, blah blah blah. Because I still got respect. They still older than me, and I'm not trying to be mean to nobody. I just notice stuff, but I keep it to myself. But I'm not trying to be disrespectful, especially to nobody older. As long as you keep your hands to yourself, I feel like you don't have to make no small shit into some big shit. You know, because everybody truly is entitled to their own opinions, and you know what I mean. It's just something that I noticed. But anyway, yeah, it's one of them type of places, and the people are very like. I went to the gun store because I had bought my first gun. I went in there just to shoot, but I ended up coming out with a gun. All right, because in Texas, it don't take nothing to get you a gun. So when I walk in there, the older guy makes a joke, and I look at him, and he looked like I don't know what word to describe that face, but he made a face like, "Oh, I was just kidding." I was like, here they go with they narcissistic white people shit, where they do something disrespectful, and when you get ready to, you know, like my turn, let me say something, they be like, "Oh, it was just a joke. Don't overreact." If that's not gaslighting, I was like, man, just go die. Like you 1 foot in the grave already. You 1.5 feet already in the grave. You ain't got much time left, my brother. Just relax. So I'm like, maybe it was just a corny joke and it didn't go over well. But then I'm waiting for my gun because they gotta do my paperwork. I'm waiting to see, what's gonna come out of it. And this motherfucker talking about because I'm writing with my left hand on the paperwork. Somebody else was left-handed, and I think one more person had came in to sign for something that they had ordered, and they were left-handed. So he said, one, two, three. And he turned to the other guy who was working with him, who's also white, and he said, now that makes you the minority. Mind you, it's a black person, which is me, a Hispanic guy, and another Hispanic guy. Like, why did you feel the need to make a race joke as a white man? So I laughed it off, and the other guy laughed even harder, the old white man, because he probably thought I didn't know what he was trying to do. I knew what that fucker was trying to do. Then I went to go shoot. I came back out, and some guy came in there trying to sell dental insurance. It was a black guy, and I think a Hispanic guy and a white guy. But the black guy, he was over explaining, but he was just trying to do his job. So the old white man came and sat by me, and he was trying to like snicker and laugh at him and stuff like that. So I smiled and shook my head like you wrong for that. And he just was so irritated at this black man trying to do his job. And he was a nice looking black guy. Like I only seen him from the back, but you can tell he was a nice looking guy. And he came in all dressed up, all sharp and shit. Like he looked nice. He looked casket sharp, baby. He looked nice. So I'm like, bro, y'all are so weird. Like if a nigga came in here being all ghetto, y'all wouldn't like him. Now y'all get one of these bougie ass niggas come in here and y'all don't like him. Like, what is your problem? People are crazy. So I understand I'm in a white town, but it's like, bro, it's just I don't know. They doing some other shit. But anyway, I go to this school. I go to the school. It's okay. It ain't, So at first it's fine. I ain't got no problem with nobody. Everything is going good. Right? I get to the volleyball team. And you know how white people is, they do shit in secret, partially because they scared of black people, but partially just because they naturally are backstabbers. That's how they're more of psychological warfare. So I get there, the first day I go to the practice, everything is okay. Everybody's like, you know, telling everybody good job and all that stuff like that. So I'm like trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I feel like they're not being 100% genuine. Like I can just feel something ain't right here, but maybe that's me tripping. Maybe that's like a trauma response or something from being betrayed before. So benefit of the doubt, right? A couple practices go by. We have a team dinner, all this stuff. And I really don't like calling women bitches. I really don't. I don't like bashing women. I don't like calling women bitches. But some of them had me fucked up. It's a couple in particular. We're gonna start with the coach first. Cause this bad Bill bitch right here, she pissed me off a couple times. This motherfucker got teeth like a beaver, is built like a pregnant dolphin. I lie. Not a pregnant dolphin. She ain't got no ass. She just got a big ass beer belly, teeth like a beaver, and legs like a motherfucking pixie stick. I swear to God. Right? She's not white. She a Hispanic lady. So this is the thing, right? Before I went to go and try to be a part of the volleyball team, I looked up the roster and stuff because I'm like, who's all on the team and stuff like that. And I seen a picture of the coach because they had the roster and then they had pictures of them going to some tournament last year. So I looked up to see pictures of the coach. And there was something about her that gave me a bad vibe. But I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. I go to school one day and I used to go sit in the gym because I would write in my book because I'm trying to write books. So I would write on the composition book first. And then once I'm done, I transfer that to the computer. So I don't just sit at the computer and waste time trying to think about what to write. I can flip through my book and summarize from there. And it's like having the second draft already, from the first one. So I'm in there, I'm writing. I see the coach come out. Me and her haven't met yet because the first day I went to practice, she wasn't there and I didn't go to tryouts. I just showed up at practice. So I didn't see her, right? When she comes out, I noticed that's her because like I said, I looked at the pictures, the roster, and then I seen the pictures of some tournament they went to last year. And I get this like funny feeling in my stomach, and usually that means that the person, it's not that they evil. It may not be that they negative, but me and them are gonna have issues. It's the same feeling every time I'm around somebody and we gonna have issues. It's a certain feeling I get. So again, I'm like, she don't seem like we gonna have a problem though. She's a minority, I'm a minority. She's a very masculine woman, so I'm like, we shouldn't have no problems with each other because I like women, she like women. We'll probably get along. No, that's not how that went. Something's off with that bitch. So I went to practice a couple times, everything was cool, but I really think I scared her because one day, it was before a game, I think, she had said something, and I said, "What she say?" Because I couldn't hear her. I heard part of what she said, but I couldn't hear everything. This bitch jumped back just from me saying something, like more, like 5, 10 feet away from her. And she said, "What?" She jumped and said, "What?" And I said, "What you say?" And then she tried to laugh it off. So I was like, me and her gonna have an issue because she's intimidated by me, but she ain't gonna never say that. So now she feels that she needs to like show dominance, especially being a masculine woman. So I'm like, okay. Then I'm not. I really don't want to call this girl a bitch because she only like 20 something, and I know it's just because she a child in her mind, her frontal lobe ain't even all the way there. But also, I really want to call her a bitch, but I really don't want to at the same time. It's only because she was disrespectful to me. I'm gonna call her the little Pillsbury Dough girl. So little Pillsbury Dough girl had me fucked up. 'Cause that's what she looked like, the damn Pillsbury Dough girl. She brought the same color and the same velocity. So first day I went to practice, because she's like the leader, right? We was cool. Next day I came back to practice, she started being snappy with me. And I'm like, maybe she think because she can do that with everybody else, she can do that with me. But I don't know you well enough to be snapping at me like that. I don't like that type of shit. You don't gotta be aggressive. Like, I don't know. She gave me a bad vibe. She was one way one day and another way the next. So I was like, something off with her. So she's a setter, right? Everybody say setting is hard. I don't think setting is hard. I just think because no one ever sat me down and showed me how to do it, I thought it was harder than what it was. But it's really not. You just need to practice doing it and then you get it. It's really not that hard. Especially because somebody like me, I played basketball. I've ran track, I've ran cross country, I did volleyball. I can even do bullshit football. Like I can throw a football, I can run, maneuver. I can do damn near any sport because my hand and eye coordination is really good. Like that's one of my gifts in life is fast and accurate hand-eye coordination. If you throw something, I can probably catch it without thinking. It's been times somebody swung at me and I moved them out the way before I could even think to move them out the way. It's just I have coordination. So, as some people may not like me saying this, but when you're a person that's truly gifted with being athletic, you can go to damn near any sport and be at least decent at it. At least decent. She's not somebody I would consider athletic. She just plays volleyball, like that's her sport. But she's not somebody who can go to any sport and do well because she's not an athlete. So because we didn't have any extra setter and she was the only one and her ankle was messed up, I volunteered to be a setter. I did it. I was good at it, good enough for that being my first time, and she didn't like that. And I really think she was intimidated by me because she didn't know if I was going to end up taking her spot or something. I really do. But she'll never say it, right? So she keeps like saying little stuff, making comments, and I keep trying to let her make it because I know she's young. She may think she's grown, but I think the girl is only 21. And I understand, like right now I'm 26, it's not a big difference. But I remember at 21 how I was versus right now at 26, and it is a big difference. It's also a difference because I had to get out my mama house young, and for the most part, I've stayed out my mama house, and I've had to take care of myself. There has been no man, no woman that has been like, you know what, baby, just stay home and I'll take care of you. I've had to make sure that I keep money and make sure I have a place to stay, food, water, shelter. My family ain't worth a damn. Ain't nobody worth a damn. I don't think that's her same storyline. She's probably still at home with her parents going to community college at 21. At 21, I was getting out of the military and already married. Can you see the difference? So I'm like, okay, she's a kid. Let me just let her make it. I don't want to go at her too hard. And I can tell she's a sensitive soul. She's just trying to play hard. So I really don't want to go at her too hard. She says little stuff. I keep learning to make it. So I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I know what I know, but I need to have proof because a part of me loves to give people benefit of the doubt because I never want to feel like I'm coming at somebody, right? So I said, let me do some psychology shit and see what she really feels. So we're in a huddle before a game and everybody's learning what position they're going to be in. And I lean over and I'm like, oh, I thought I was going to play for you. I thought I was taking your spot. Have you seen the look in her eye? It looked like she wanted to cry, but it also looked like she wanted to prove a point, like somebody who's intimidated and wants to show you how strong they are. And she said, "I play all around." So then I gaslit her, and I was like, "I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it because your foot is fucked up." And this other girl laughed, and then she played it off and started laughing. I was like, "Well, you're not lying." But listen, the way she reacted showed me what she was already thinking in her mind. When you say something that somebody has already been thinking about or trying to avoid, they react a certain way. A certain look comes out of their eye. She was already intimidated, thinking that that was going to happen, where I was going to take her spot because her leg was fucked up, or her ankle, her foot, whatever was fucked up, and she wasn't able to play. So logically, whoever else can sit and learn how to sit should come in, right? So I guess that's why she had an issue with me. So from there, she kept trying to fuck with me. One day, I think it was the same game. We took down the net and stuff. Now, mind you, you only need maybe four people to take down a volleyball net. Maybe five, but not really. Two on each side will do. I think it was six people at the net. So I'm standing there, and this little Pillsbury Dough girl was looking at me, and I can see her looking at me out the corner of my eye. I'm standing there, I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and go because they don't need my help. I started walking off. She's so upset for me. The girl is weird. She was like, hey, come back here. We need you to do this and we need you to do that. And I was like, everybody got their hand on something. And one of the white girls was like, here, just take this pole. So I went and put it up. And then I walked by her and she was looking like, yeah, I'm the boss. You ain't shit. You ain't athletic. You ain't shit. You just scary as hell. That's all you is. And that's probably all you gonna ever be, my dear. Because I can look and see you ain't got no damn heart. You done been pretending your whole life that you got heart, that you never actually cultivated heart. And that's the sad thing. So I'm like, okay, fast forward, she keeps saying little stuff at practice here and there, all that type of stuff. So finally, I say something, right? We doing practice, we not getting no good balls up for her to set. And she's like, come on, guys, I haven't get a good set in a while. So I mumbled it. I didn't even think I said it loud. And I was like, well, you get your fat ass up there and run. And then here come this bad bill bitch, the goddamn beaver by the mouth, deer belly by the stomach, sheet of paper by the ass, pixie stick by the legs, head ass bitch. Come over here talking about you're over here running like a chicken with your hair cut off. I'm happy you know I'm running like a hoe. Cause your ass could never be a hoe because you're too ugly. And you can never get no pussy from a hoe because you're too ugly. You can't even get in the $40 line, nigga. Your ass is trash. So I'm like, bro, first of all, why are you getting in between me and her arguing? Because I know she knows how that little Pillsbury Dough girl has no type of discipline. She has no accountability. She knows that she been saying shit to me, and she not getting on her. But when I say something, it's a problem. Both of them hoes scary, and that's all that is. So I'm like, okay, you know this bad little bitch. We doing a drill, and she trying to play slick and throw a ball at me real fast. I guess she thought I wasn't gonna catch it. I caught it. Wanna know why? Because I'm an athlete, you bad built bitch. I'm an athlete. I have good coordination. You can't catch somebody slipping who has coordination. Fucking dummies. So I'm like, okay, if I didn't catch the ball, that would have been a problem. I would have bullet trained that shit to your beaver teeth and probably knocked out one of them. God, you know what? You can't even get more ugly. She ain't got shit to lose. Maybe I shouldn't fuck with her. Women that's ugly as hell like that, like she can't pass for a woman or a man. She's that damn funny looking, y'all. Like seriously, I kind of feel bad for her because she gonna look like that for the rest of her life. She didn't look like that from a child probably, and she gonna look like that to the day she die. And she's scary as hell. That's just a bad combination. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, first of all, you probably you look 40 something, but she may be in her 30s. Hey, if you want to be a grown woman and a coach, you supposed to talk to her and tell her stop doing all that sneaky weird shit. And then I won't say nothing. I have been not saying nothing. But you don't hold her accountable and then you want to fuck with me because your ass low key intimidated by me. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna start playing crazy with your ass too. I already see how insecure you are. This gonna be easy to poke holes at you. So she come up to me the next day because I was going into the gym to go sit and write. She sit over there with a group of guys at the front desk, and she was like, "Hey," that's how she, "Hey." So I come in and I just kind of look at her, and I go in there, and like I said, right, when people know they fuck up, they try to be extra nice. So she come in and sit down by me, and she's like, we got a racquetball room and it's a tennis net set up in there. And if you want, you could set the volleyball net up in here and whoopie woo, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so what you want? You want me to set up the net right now? She was like, no, I'm just saying if you want to, you can. I'm just letting you know what all we got. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm reading right now. She was like, you came here to read? I said, yeah, this is like white noise to me being in the gym. She's like, oh, okay, but like I said, we got this and that. I was like, okay, like I said, I'm reading right now. She's like, oh, okay. That's what, how them white people do. They do some fucked up shit and then want to act innocent. And then out the corner of my eye, this peripheral vision, right? I'm reading my book and I see her turn around and she's smiling, thinking I'm gonna smile and laugh at her, like, hey, we cool. Bitch, fuck you, ugly asshole. Well, she can't be a hoe, like I said, she's too ugly. But funny looking ass, get away from me, weirdo. So after that, she knew that I wasn't gonna play games with her, and we knew women are smart. We have psychological warfares. Men are dumb. They try to beat each other ass and call it out. Women stay quiet about it and play little mind games where you feel like somebody commit suicide. Real shit. So I'm like, okay. And then I think, oh, this is where she really fucked up. We had a game and I was halfway paying attention and halfway not. I didn't give a fuck to be there no more because I'm like, the the dude woman over here pissing me off. Part partially because she's just not easy on the eyes. And the other part is because she got me fucked up. Then you got the Pillsbury Dough girl over here. She don't never shut the fuck up. And there's some other people, but I gotta get to them later. So I'm like, I don't really want to do this. So I'm halfway paying attention, halfway dazed out, thinking about what I'm gonna eat later, what I'm gonna get from Popeyes and whatnot. And she's upset because I didn't call a ball, and she was like, "You should have seen it." I said, "I thought it was out." She was like, "Oh, you thought it was out?" And then I said something like, "If I call it in when it's out and somebody hit it, y'all can give me an evil eye." And she rolled her eyes and was like, "If you really think it's out, I'm not gonna be mad at you." I said, "Boy, you a ugly nigga, boy." You ever just stare at somebody and be like, "Bro, you are funny looking as hell." Like that's all I can think when I see this woman is damn. You know, most men, you ain't gotta be pretty to be a man. But she like, you can't be a woman or a man. Like you just man. You got me like big mo man. You out of there. But yeah, so then something else happened. I don't know if it was a ball that went out or something happened and I didn't say nothing. You know this bad little bitch turned around and tried to invade my space, like get a close stepper to me, I guess to try and intimidate me. It was like, did you see that one? Now if I would have punched the shit out of her ass, I would have been wrong. If a fight would have broke out, it would have been I would have been the one that got in trouble. But she just invaded my space. Do you see what I mean? Like something is wrong with this bad built bitch. So I'm like, yeah, this is about to be bad. Me and her gonna end up having to do a little tussle. Cause I don't like none of them. They all serious old for real. Well, not all of them. I think about two or three are cool with me. But I don't know. It's something wrong with them. And you know, I just saw, well, I watched one episode of It, the series, Dewberry on HBO Max. I haven't watched the whole thing. But an episode on there, it makes it seem like the town is a weird town, like the people are a little bit off. That's the vibe that this town has. It really is. So it's just everybody weird. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. I'm still here, but I'm not at the school no more. And I'm ready to get the fuck out because there's something off about this town. But anyway, um, yeah, I tried to get along with them, but this is the thing. They talk about you right in front of you. They try to talk in code. White people think they so smart, they're not. They try to talk in code right in front of you like you dumb, but let you say something about them straight up and they get offended. Or let you say some slick shit and they can't handle it. So they can do it, but they can't take it. They can dish it, but they can't take it. I don't fuck with those types, right? They just want somebody they can beat up on. So I don't know. They're very weird. And I really think the bad built bitch man, woman, I really think she had got a bad like point of view of me because the little Pillsbury Dough girl was talking shit about me. She don't say nothing to me because she a serious hoe. She goes to Mr. Man, Sir Dewana Man, and talks about me to her. So she probably had a prejudice against me besides the many other prejudice she probably had. And I think that she she just made a dummy move. To be a grown woman, that was a dumb move. To listen to somebody that young and insecure without really getting to know me. And then she fucked up when she tried to invade my space. And when she tried to jump in between a fight between me and the Pillsbury Dough girl, because that wasn't her place. If you're not gonna talk to her about what you say to me, then don't come to me. And I don't know, it's a white girl on there, and that was another thing. So it's a white girl on there, and she has a black boyfriend, but the black guy's a cop, and he's like a corny type nigga. So that ain't the ones that I'm, you know, interested in. I don't do the cornballs. But this is the thing, right? I ain't gonna talk about that type of stuff. Well, I guess so. So the white girl, I don't know when her balls dropped, but she kind of got smart with me one day, and she played games and stuff like that. But whatever, her karma coming too, because one day we was all huddled up and we was trying to do some fundraiser, and she was like, "Should I send the link to the fundraiser to my ex?" Trying to be funny. But what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Never think anything a woman says is just a joke. Then give it time. So I'm like, oh yeah, she's still dipping back on that, or she still want to dip back on that. And I guarantee the person before was a white guy. I doubt it was a black person. But that's neither here nor there. And then Mr. Manster, Mr. Joanna Man was like, no, because you have a good boyfriend and da 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 da. Also, don't know why she's so invested in somebody that's barely a grown woman. I think she's 20 and she just got away from being a teenager. That ain't none of your business anyway, Mr. Dude. So all of that, right? But this is the thing. When I pass by her boyfriend, you can feel somebody looking at you. He liked chocolate. He didn't do nothing too aggressive or crazy, but I know when a nigga is feeling me because it's a vibe that they give off and I feel it in my body. Just like it's a vibe that somebody give off when I know they don't like me or when I know they talking about me. I've learned how to distinguish these things through paying attention to how stuff happens in my life. And I got ass. Like I'm way overweight, but I'm not bad built. I got a nice little hourglass figure. And the ass is there and the thighs is there. Boy, like chocolate. I shit you not. So I'm like, he got a wandering eye. He also made a joke. One day it was during the scrimmage, and we was doing pretty bad. It was fucking boring. But old girl turned around and was like, where you going? And he said, I'm going to go watch something more entertaining. And I looked at the white girl, and because I'm an empath, I could tell her feelings were hurt. So I was like, damn, bro, that's disrespectful. Like, you know, that's your woman, and it's people here. You don't say certain stuff because it seems like it feels like you're embarrassing her. Certain things you do in private, certain things you don't say in public. So I'm like, he got a wandering eye. He got a little bit of weird ways with him, and she over here not really over the ex and probably gonna get back, but she just here right now. And the one before was probably white, and now she with the black person. But this is just to use you, because that's all white people do is use black people. So I'm like, well, your karma coming, so I ain't gonna go too hard on you. Just give it time for you. Y'all gonna get y'all own. But Mr. Woman Man, sir, Mr. Joanna Man, we was at one game and the boyfriend was there for the white girl and he was saying something. And I looked at him because I was like, wait, he really is a cornball. Like it really just hit me. Before I didn't think he was a cornball. But I was like, wow, this man is really with a white woman and he a cop and he going hard for this white woman. Like you gotta watch out for them type of brothers. Them type of brothers will kill sisters. You gotta watch out. You really gotta watch out. But Mr. Joanna man was so obsessed with me. She's staring at me, trying to figure out what I'm thinking about when I look at him, and she think I'm assuming that I'm jealous of what they have going on. I'm like, Mr. Ma'am, sir. First of all, that type of black man, even though he likes chocolate, he will kill a black woman for a white woman. I know those type of cornballs. I grew up with some of them. I know some of them. I went to school with a guy like that. He would talk so bad about all the black people, air out all the black girls, dirty laundry. Went and got with a very funny looking white woman. And you know what happened? Karma. Because that white girl went and got with one of his white best friends, cheated, and showed up to school holding hands the next day. And that nigga looked, he was hot. He was so damn jealous and antsy. Damn slot machine, gap tooth nigga. That's what he get though. So I'm like, bro, y'all are so slow. Y'all trying to be so mean and malicious and manipulative, but y'all too slow. You have to be smart to do those things, guys. You're too slow. So I'm like, girl, you are weird. And then she was yelling or something like that, trying to cheer on the team. And I had moved my fingers from the left to the right. I can't, I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like if a gnat come by and you wave it. I don't know what I was waving it for, but it wasn't because she was yelling. And she's so obsessed with me. She's seen me. She's standing behind me, standing up, watching the volleyball game. I'm sitting in the chair in front of her, kind of bent over. So that means you really staring at me if you see what I'm doing. And she was like, sorry if that bothers you. I just didn't acknowledge her because I don't give a fuck about her. Like, she's so obsessed with me. Her and the Pillsbury Doughboy, well, Pillsbury Doughgirl, just sit and watch me. They sit and watch me. Every little thing I do because they so obsessed with me. They so busy watching me, they not watching what they doing, and that's the problem. That's why they both scary. That's why they both spend most of their time trying to act hard, but ain't hard because they ain't never did shit in their life but pretend. They ain't never did shit in their life but watch other people and judge them instead of paying attention to who they are. That's the problem. So I'm like, okay, weird. Then I don't like how they treat the other black woman on the team. Technically, I guess you would call her Afro Latina, but I thought she was black because she honestly darker than me and she got curly hair. But Afro Latina, same thing basically, but they can speak Spanish. So they talk to her like she dumb, she slow, they yell. They don't do that to each other like that. And then when she do something good, don't nobody congratulate her, don't nobody cheer her on. But the little white girls do something and they be all up their ass. So I try to make sure that when she did something good, I would congratulate her and be like, hey, you did a good job with you. And that little Pillsbury Dough girl came up to me and was like, hey, you're going to start this game one time for one of the games. She came up to me and said, you're going to start this game. Let me see. I don't want to say her actual name. I'll say D. She said, D's been fucking up in practice with serving. She didn't say fucking because she tried to act so prim and proper, but she the fucking devil. She was like, D been messing up in practice when serving, so you're gonna start for her and you're gonna serve because you have good serve. I know, I know. Who the fuck you? I know. That's not a question. So I'm like, okay, that's a warm welcome because the way she just did it was like you throwing D under the bus, then you saying I got good serves. Like it's the way she said. Like even when she give me a compliment, it's a backhanded compliment because she just can't take that even though I'm not technically a volleyball player, I can come in there and dominate because I'm an athlete. It's like she hates her, like, I don't know. I don't know. But they all, to me, are very weird. Very weird. Even Mr. Woman Man, Sir Joanna Man, she was like, saying some shit in a group huddle one day, and she was like, "Guys, if you want to get better at volleyball, going to practice 2 days a week ain't gonna do it. I've never seen any of y'all come in here and try to practice whoopie whoop." She's so damn dumb. I stayed after every single Monday to practice at the little intramural thing they was holding for volleyball. Damn near every Monday. Then it was me and this other girl that had connected on the team, and we would go on Fridays. So that means I practiced double on Monday, Tuesday, played on Wednesday, and came up there and practiced on Fridays. That's a lot. But they so dumbfounded to their own stupidity. She don't even realize that. So I'm like, bro, you just you can't do nothing about stupid. You really can't. Somebody told me that a long time ago. They said there's nothing you can do about stupidity. Nothing. You just gotta let people play themselves. That's all you can do. This is me saying that. She didn't say that, the lady that told me. But I think all you can do is let people just play themselves. Just give it time and they'll mess up their own self. Just don't get involved in what's coming to them. But just stuff like that, just stuff like that. They try to muzzle you. They don't like if you got too much strength. They don't like if you different. They want you to be basically like a white girl. Well, I'm not a white girl. I want to speak directly to you if I have an issue with you. I want to be able to speak up if I need to speak up. I'm not going to get mad if you talking shit, but I'm going to talk shit back. Fair is fair, especially if I didn't do nothing to start it. I feel like I should be able to defend myself, you know? And I gave her a lot of passes, little Pillsbury Dough girl. I gave her a lot of passes, you know? So I don't know. I was just sitting here and that really pissed me off because I didn't go report Mr. Manser because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just walk away because I can tell how insecure she is. And whatever you do, it comes back to you. And I really feel like if you fuck with somebody and they ain't done nothing to you, your karma comes back. It comes back faster. I believe that. And kind of was still poking little Pillsbury Dough girl, but like I said, even though she was trying to act all hard and stuff, I knew she's a gentle soul. I knew she's still a child, and I didn't want to go at it too hard and end up like you know putting a chink in her armor that it's gonna take her time to repair. But I just need to kind of jab at her a little bit when she get a little too antsy, just to let her know, you know, I can talk slick too, basically. Let me talk about this little white girl though. She real small. She like the size of my pinky. This little fairy hoe. We're gonna call her Ronald Reagan. So little Ronald Reagan tried to talk slick to me, calling me fat at the team dinner, right? Never did nothing to this little weirdo. I guess she thought, and this is the funny thing, right? Let me tell you, I keep saying the same thing over and over. How they can do stuff, but they can't take it. I'm pretty sure they was talking about a black girl because they were at the table talking about some girl that comes to tryouts. She came 2 years back to back, but she didn't want to actually be on the team. She just came, but she didn't play the whole time. So maybe it's not a black person, but this is who I think is a black person. They talking about the girl. I say, so who is that? And they all kind of look at each other like they scared because they don't want to have to say something. I really think the person they talking about was black, right? So they can do that. They can talk shit about a black person, about a black woman. But when they brought up this white girl that used to play last year that went to a different school and was friends with Ronald Reagan, the little skinny weirdo hoe, she got defensive because I asked who was that. Talking about that's my best friend, like best friend in the world. Uh, Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I was just asking a question. But that's your guilty conscience because you talking about a black person in front of a black person, and now you think I'm gonna talk about a white person in front of a white person. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all white hoes. So then she tried to make a slick comment. I'm trying to make a joke, make her laugh and stuff like that. Cause I'm like, white people, they scared of black people. So you gotta show them that you like a gentle giant. You're not trying to hurt none of them. She was breaking chips off. I'm like, why not just eat the whole chip? And she was like, it makes me feel like I'm more in shape. And looks at me like she's saying, because I don't want to end up like you. So I don't lose my cool, right? I'm like, okay, noted. So I compliment her, and you can see how her whole mood changed because she's insecure. That's how you kind of. So I'm like, okay, now I know how to fuck with this one, right? So we had a game that following week, and she came up to me with some candy, was like, "Do you want some?" I thought about saying no because I don't want to be out of shape, just to like dig at her to let her know I knew what she was doing. But I was like, nah, let me hold out because I want to get her real good. Like, I want to wait till she's surrounded by black people. And she already scared of black people, but I want to wait till she's surrounded by black people and then bring up some shit she said and put her on the spot. She gonna turn red. I'm telling you, they can diss it, but they can't take it. You can have a gang of white people try to talk shit about me, but when you one white person with a gang of black people, you can't handle it. And that's how it is. Another thing that happened, it was this other girl. I don't know what's wrong with her. I just think she a Virgo or some shit. But we was practicing. I thought we was cool. We was practicing before a game, and then I could tell she was angry. I'm like, why she angry? Why everybody so uptight? Like, god damn. I guess she wanted to just pepper back and forth with one person, not everybody. So she got a rude attitude and was like, "Can it just be us two?" No, she didn't say can it just be us two. She was like, can we break off into twos? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna fuck with you no more. Like, no harm, no foul. You just speaking your piece, but like, what's all the intensity for? I don't get why y'all so uptight. Y'all need to fart. Like, y'all are too uptight. So later on, one of the balls that she hit end up rolling over to me while I'm going back and forth, uh, peppering with somebody. I pick up the ball, I throw it to her, and I don't look. I'm an empath. So without looking at her, I can feel what she's feeling. She knew that I knew she was being rude and she didn't want to have to confront me. That same game, Shawty got hit dead in the face with a volleyball. Somebody spiked it and it bounced off of her face. Now, old girl, she ain't but probably like 110 pounds, 120 pounds, barely that. She's very small. She's tall, she's very skinny. So, like, when that ball hit her, Shawty head recoiled. Like, it was bad. So automatically, I'm like, okay, now me and you ain't never had a problem. I feel like you were rude, but hey, everybody had a rude moments, and you just got embarrassed. I'm not gonna be, stiff on you. So when we huddled up, I'm looking at her face, and I can tell she feels me looking at her, but she don't want to look at me. But I'm looking because I'm like, damn, your face is red. Like she took a hard hit. So after the game, I'm trying to get everybody water and stuff because I didn't go in. I was too scary. I was like, I'm not going in there. So I'm like getting everybody water and stuff. And I'm like, do you want some water? And she's like, no, it's okay. I can just get it myself. I'm like, bro, come on, I can get you the water. Because she knew what she did, but she not going to acknowledge it. That shit pisses me off too. And it's not just women that do this, because men do this too. It's a people thing. I've done it myself. But when people do something wrong, it's almost like they so embarrassed that they did something wrong that they don't want to have to go up to you and say, hey, that thing that I did to you, I know that I did that and I know it was wrong. I know it affected you. I'm sorry about that. People can't do that no more because I really think it's because they get so embarrassed that they did it. They don't want to have to even acknowledge that they did it to apologize. It's not the apology itself, it's the embarrassment that they made the action. So I'm like, okay. She ended up having a birthday. So I'm like, let me get a balloon in the car just to show like everything is good, to try to bring the team together, all that type of stuff. Like I'm trying to put in effort here. So I do that. I'm like, okay, we good, team good, all that, right? Still, somehow later on, she still be catching attitudes with me off and on. And I'm like, bruh, the fuck is wrong with this girl? Like it's like that it Dewberry town where the people are just a little bit off. It don't matter how kind you are. It don't matter how much you walk on nails. Like they just they spirit just ain't it. Some people just got that type of spirit. Something wrong. Even like it's an Asian girl on the team. I thought me and her was gonna be cool. Cause to me, Asian is a minority. Even she would say little sweet stuff here and there. And until I don't know if they scared or what, but until like one day she had a bad game and I had put my arm around her when we were coming out of I believe Waterburger. I put my arm around her and I was like, hey, are you okay? I know I asked earlier, but you could tell somebody not okay. And like she said stuff to me before, but it ain't nothing disrespectful. She just say stuff I think because a lot of people just try to fit in and do what everybody else do. So I was like, okay, she didn't really violate like that. So I'm like, let me see if I can try to get her spirits up because, you know, when people go home, that's when shit fester in the brain, you know? And sometimes you can get so caught up in a situation that it may not seem like it, but if you give somebody kind words, it can really change how they see themselves and how they see the situation. It's like you pull them out of it almost. So I'm trying to talk to her, but after that, I mean, I didn't stay around on the team after that for much longer, but I feel like if I would have, she would have been more cool with me and stuff like that. But oh, this is good too. That same night, I think the coach, Mr. Lady Sir, had seen me do that with old girl with the little Asian woman. And I don't know, because she always watching me and shit. The woman weird. But when we got back to the school, I walk. I don't have a car. So I was like, what? And I took off when we got back and everybody threw their trash away, whatever. And that's what I'm talking about. She's very weird. For her to be that old, she should be better at being direct with her communication. She can't be direct. I'm walking past her and she was like, okay, everybody make it home safe. Why not just say, hey, say my name and be like, hey, do you want to ride? Like, that's what I'm saying. They weird. If I say something straightforward to you, you can't handle it. It's too much because you're so used to going and beating around the bush. And then if you beat around the bush and I don't pick up on what you're saying, I'm the bad guy again. Like, bro, what is race y'all people? What the fuck? So then she's like, hey, come on, I'll give you a ride home. Bitch, I'm not getting in the car with you. First of all, you weird. First of all, I really owe you a ass whooping. Third of all, I don't need no ride from you. I'll walk. It's not that serious. Fourth of all, why are you trying to act like you care? You don't give a damn about me, and I definitely don't give a fuck about you. So I'm like, nah, it's all good, thanks. So I'm gonna walk. And she's like, no, come on, like, come on, it's nothing. Get in the car. And again, right, I'm an empath, so I feel what people feel. You know, this bad little bitch got a little angry because she could not control me. She wanted me to get in the car so bad, not that she wanted to help me. She knows she ain't got no control over me. So when I was like, nah, and kept walking off, I said, thanks, but nah. Still respectful, giving her more than what she owed. And I could feel it in her chest like she was getting irritated that she wanted me to do what she wanted me to do. And I just wouldn't. I'm not getting in the car with you, you weird bitch. I don't like you. And you don't like me. So I walk home. I'm like, bruh, she's weird. But it's a lot of stuff like that. And well, it's a couple of, I could go on and on. But even like times in practice, I remember I walked in one day and she was showing somebody how to do something with the ball, and the ball went past me. I looked at it and kept walking. I had AirPods in. Practice hadn't started. And she was like, hey, get the ball. You guys, y'all gotta stop being selfish. She's talking about me. She's saying y'all, but she's talking about me. But you know how white people are. Well, she's Hispanic, but she's more like a white person because she's very hoe. So, well, she can't be a hoe because she's too ugly. But you get the point. So, anywho, um, she was like, "You need to go get the ball with you." I still went and got the ball for this woman. I still got the ball from this lady, sir. Joanna, man, I got it for you. But I'm like, bruh, you think something of me because you listening to a child, aka little, Pillsbury Dough girl. B, you scared of me. You intimidated. So you can't be direct and just talk to me. So you just assuming stuff about me, first of all, because you're too scared to get close to actually see what I am. Two, you're not good at communication. You can't be direct. And three, I know you ain't shit, so I'm not gonna let you in anyway. So four, all you gonna do is assume. If people try to get to know you and you know they ain't shit, so you put up that wall, they gonna just start assuming shit about you because they feel like you not letting them in, they don't think that they the problem. So they just feel like, well, everything I think of them is true. And most of the time they wrong because most of the people that don't like me are perceptive. They're not intuitive. So it'd be stuff like that. Or one time we was in practice and she was talking about how we need to get lower and, the ready position, whoop, whoop, whoop. And she was like, do it. And she looked at me and pointed and said, do it. I still did it. I still didn't try to buck her. But you can tell how she get enjoyment out of feeling like she controlled me. It's so weird. It's always been like that with me and people. They want to control me because I'm not going to be controlled. When people know that you're not going to let them control you, they get mad. And it's like they want to keep trying to fuck with you. Always had that in my life. If I don't respond to somebody how they want, they start fucking at me. I didn't do nothing wrong to you. I didn't call out your name. I didn't put my hands on you. I just didn't do what you wanted me to do. That is it. That's it. And it's something that just triggers the fuck out of people with me when I don't do what they want me to do more than other people. Somebody else can do it. They may be like, ugh, but when I do it, it just pisses them off. They want to feel like they can control me. I've had this so many times from white people, Hispanic people, black people. It don't even matter about race. It don't matter about gender. It could be male or female, but just people that want to control. This is the other thing about her. I think this is it. Bro, she's so fucking funny looking. I can't stress this enough. I can't. And she annoying. Like every time she come by me, I feel like she trying to crawl into me, like dig into me, attach to me, drag me, pull me down. It just feels like I don't fuck with this type of woman. So she ugh, bro, I'm telling you. I wish ooh, I wish I could put a picture up or something. Y'all would understand what I'm saying. But at one of the games, I'm standing there, and Mr. Joanna man was staring me up and down. I'm standing there. It was twice she did it. One time I was standing behind her because we were all in a group huddle, and she was in the middle, but she was standing in front of me. She turned around like she was scared or something because I was standing behind her, and I'm taller than her, at least with shoes on. I'm taller than her. And she looked at me like she was scared. Then, when I'm standing there just minding my business on the sideline, waiting for the game to start, the team is on the court kind of just bullshitting before they got to get into the position and they go to whistle with you. And she looking at me, she started my feet. I'm watching her. She started my feet and she's slowly staring me up, my legs, my thighs, my hips, my stomach, my face. And I make a smirk when she gets to me, like, yeah, this is me. And she hurry up and look away. And honestly, I don't know if she was looking at me because I'm a fucking snack, or she was looking at me because she's that intimidated, like she's that scary. She's that scary. Trying to play that hard, but that's scary. And it's always the stunts. I'm a tomboy. I guess if I had to use like urban terms, I would say STEM. But I like tomboy better because that's what I can relate to the most. I'm a pretty woman that wears baggy clothes. I don't really like fitted clothes just because I like my skin to breathe. But at the house, if I have a partner, I don't mind dressing sexy for them. But I don't like to give all that weight to everybody else, only to my partner. I'm not comfortable doing that for everybody else. But out in the open, I'm wearing baggy clothes, but I'm a pretty woman. I have a pretty build, I have a pretty face. So I would consider that a tomboy. Okay. It's always the thugs, man, that like, and it's not just them. I don't get along with studs or bad bitches. If bad bitches to me are delusional and they think that femininity is one thing, but it's actually not. And studs think that what they're doing isn't toxic, it actually is. Like their behaviors are toxic. And then the women or the bad bitches that think that they being feminine, that's not feminine. Like I heard this saying one time by Dick Gregory. He said we confuse beauty with glamour. Beauty is natural. Beauty is God given. Glamour is when you got to put all this stuff on you. So what you wear, the way your hair is, the makeup, the nails, none of that is femininity. That's glamour. Femininity, I truly believe, is your godliness, your kindness, the way you carry yourself, how gentle you can be, how nurturing you can be. And femininity should be both in men and women. It should be in both genders and sexes. The only difference is, I think that masculinity to me, all that it is when you see a man that's very godly, it come across as masculinity because he's in a man's body. And when you see a woman that's very godly, it comes across as femininity because she's in a woman's body, right? So, and then the same thing, even if because sex is the body, so male and female, penis, vagina, but gender is like gender roles. Like usually men hunt and women make babies, right? Those are like gender roles. So even within the gender roles, if you're doing a job, there's usually the gender of it is usually a lot of men in there. It's a gender role of a male, and you're doing it as a woman. You still can have your femininity in it. You can still be a godly woman doing a man's job. It don't mean you gotta be a piece of shit to do the job. And vice versa. Men can be nurturers. They can be doing uh what's seen as a gender role for a woman's job, a female's job, and still have their masculinity because they're just a man who's godly doing a job that's considered or usually, how do you say, delegated? No, yeah, delegated. I think that's how you say it. It's usually delegated to the female sex. So the gender role is more for the feminine, but he can do it as a man. It doesn't mean that you lose anything when you do it. So to me, I always have this issue with sons is they just be trying to they have toxic masculinity. They take the worst traits that men have and embody them. And I'm not like immune to this. When I was first trying to figure out what I want to do, how I want to be, I'm out my mama house, 18. I had to learn the hard way by going through stuff. Because when you put into this world, everybody has to learn how to maneuver it. And you start from the bottom. So you start in a negative space. You start at what people see as masculinity, but I think toxic masculinity is when you're a very negative and a aggressive and abusive person, which most of us start out like that when you enter into the world because you got grown people you got to work with that's 10, 20 years your senior. You got to pay bills. You got people trying to get over on you, people killing people, people raping people doing all type of shit to people. So you have to be almost aggressive to feel safe in what you're doing in the world. So you kind of start in a toxic masculinity type of vibe. And I had to learn the hard way how to get out of that. I had to accept the fact that everybody gonna die. And if it's my time to die, it's just my time to die. But I don't want to walk around all mean and shit like that. Like my face may look mean, but my energy ain't mean. If you come up to me, I'll try to talk to you. I try to be kind to you. I try to be respectful wherever I go. If you're a good person, I got nothing but love for you. And if you're a fucked up person, I just try to stay away from you. That's all it is. But you can't live in fear and then be walking around trying to always like bully people because you a damn pussycat on the inside, scared of dying or scared of being taken advantage of or something because this is a cold world. The strength, and that's why I hate when people make it seem like women are weak or they say stuff like you being a bitch or you being a pussy and stuff like that. Because that's referring to you being a woman or you being a female or, when that's the true power is saying, hey, I'm a love no matter what. I'm a love no matter if I walk out my door and I die today. I'm a love no matter if I be a great woman to you, a great person to you, and you try to cross me or you do cross me. I'm a love no matter what because that is my godliness. It's a beautiful thing. So I can understand it, but like, like everybody got to get out of that. But you know, I don't want to be tough on women that are more masculine because I hate that too when people are so tough on women, like we supposed to have it all figured out because we make mistakes too. But it's so sad because she's throwing away all of her femininity, all of her kindness and godliness to try to take on what she think is actual power, which is toxic masculinity, which is her power, which is negativity and destruction. So it's like, girl, but I have that problem. This ain't just the first time I've had that problem with somebody that I consider to be a stud, like it's pretty clear they're a stud. So, I mean, she may not consider herself a stud. She just funny looking as hell. So, not that studs are funny looking, but usually a stud is more masculine. How can I put this? Because my definitions and the world definitions are different. Usually, studs, they just look sturdy as fuck. Like, you put them in a lineup with niggas, and they probably can win a couple favorites. Okay? Right? I could do that. My face is pretty. People can talk all the shit they want. You can call me ugly, all that. My face is pretty. Well, it's not so much. Like, you know how it's even men that can be funny looking? Like, men ain't supposed to be pretty. They supposed to look strong and, like, she in the lineup with the funny looking men. Like, it's bad. You know what I mean? So maybe she not a stud. She just so unattractive that I could be misjudging her. Kind of like she misjudged me, but hey, I guess it's fair since, she misjudged me. But anywho, um, yeah, and the same thing can be for bad bitches, They so out of touch with reality. They think being a girl is getting their nails done and their hair done. And it's like, baby, that shit they put on your nails is poison. And I done been in the hair salon. I get my natural hair braided. I've been in the hair salon and them older women be like, girl, my nails so damn fragile now because they kept putting shit on it when they was younger. You can't do that. I don't know who told who. Just grow your own nails out. They grow the same way. Just grow them out, cut them up how you want it, and go on with your life. I don't know who told who to do that shit, but it's poison. And then with this damn hair, they put in damn, I don't know what the fuck they put in their head. And I have a lot of empathy for my black women because I know that the more African features you have, the harder it is for you to maneuver in this cracker ass world. I'm light skinned, so I'm not talking about that part of it. I understand that. But I'm just talking about the women that think that that is what makes them feminine and like being girly is making sure you got the bust down and the nails and all that shit. That's glamour, my love. Your beauty is what your mama gave you when she popped you outside of her. That's your beauty. You gotta embrace that. You know, it's not the makeup and the nail. It's not all that shit. And most women is you fresh out the shower. You beautiful. You beautiful. So it be them too when they try to make it seem like that's girly, or they fuck with me and be like, "But you a dude, you a guy, you don't." I'm the most beautiful woman here, my love. If you take that weave out and you take them nails off and we wipe that makeup off your face, I'm what you call a natural beauty. Okay, like I'm a natural beauty, and I have a voluptuous type body. So my love, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Don't let the baggy clothes fool you. This a pretty face with a tight waist and the ass that just, good God, good grace. Calm down and slow your roll. But it's on both spectrums that I have to deal with that shit. But yeah, this motherfucker weird. Then stirred me up and down. I don't know if it was because I was a snack or because she was intimidated, but she always looking me up and down like she's sizing me up. You can't fight, mama. You gotta have thighs and ass to fight. The power come in the legs. My dear, you got pixie sticks. You built like a snowman, my nigga. You got two sticks at the bottom with two balls of dough on top. You ain't winning that fight, mama. You ain't got the same coordination as me. Your stomach is big. You probably ain't got the same energy as me. I'm overweight and I can tell I got more energy than you. And your stomach is your aerodynamics is all the way fucked up. And you ain't got no bottom weight. You gotta have weight on the bottom. When you top heavy, all I gotta do is push you one good time and it is timber. You are down. So I'm like, bro, supposed to piss me off. She weird. I got the little skinny woman that got hit in the face, but she be, I don't know, she just a Virgo, I think. She moody. I got the Pillsbury Dough girl. What else? I got the white woman that's scared of black women but got the black boyfriend. I think that's it. What was this other girl too? She ain't too bad, but she all I know is she wear glasses. But this what I'm talking about. They got a slave mentality when it comes to black women. She was complaining to me because she didn't get in the game. She like she was sad. So I'm trying to talk to her. I'm trying to console her. But I'm also trying to be careful about what I'm saying and trying to rear her to be careful about what she's saying because the coach is listening to everything she's saying. So I'm trying to get her to stop talking and console her, like, play it smart. And she just keeps saying the same thing over and over, over and over, over and over. Why didn't I get in? Why didn't I get in? Why didn't I get in? I'm like, hey, I don't want to play. If you want to go in, just go in for me. And she's like, no, but I want to be picked. I want to be. So I turn my head and I could tell at the corner of my eye, she gets upset because she thinks I'm ignoring her. First of all, it's not my duty to listen to you complain. First of all, that's me being kind, listening to your complaints because I care. I don't see them as complaints. I see it as you actually having your feelings hurt. But if I turn my head after I've been sitting here talking to you, like, why are you getting upset with that? You're not trying to talk to nobody else because you know they don't give a fuck. You're trying to put it on me because you know that I care. And then the second that you think I don't care because I'm not showing you attention, you want to try to be rude to me. You know, when she seen that old Pillsbury Dough girl, that was her karma too. Pillsbury Dough girl messed up her ankle. She did something to mess up her ankle. I told you she not athletic. I've only rolled my ankle once in my life. And I played sports all the way up until I was 18, and then sometimes even after that. Never rolled my ankle playing a sport. I rolled my ankle skating because I don't know how to fucking skate. The girl not athletic, right? So she fuck up, da da da. I'm like, what happened? Did she fuck up her leg? You know, the girl with the glasses, like, her leg was already messed up. Well, yeah, but did she fuck it up more? I mean, it was fucked up, but she was still walking on it. It could have got broken or some shit. A sprain is different from a broken ankle. I guess you can break your ankle. I don't know. I don't know how that feel because your girl is athletic. I always land on my feet, and I think my bones are too dense, not just because I'm a black woman, but because like I feel like a very strong type of person. I've had to like tussle with men that were bigger than me and still could hang with them. Like my bones, they're pretty strong. I'm pretty strong. So I don't know, guy. I don't know, guy. But yeah. Oh, and then little Ronald Reagan. She gonna get her karma though. She was, and that's funny too. We was in the van one time because we take the van to go to games, and she was talking about um, there's one white girl on the team that I like. She a sweetheart, but she was talking about how something with when women get cancer, the people pull the women to the side from their husbands and be like, hey, you know, it's a possibility he may leave. So just so you know, we have a lot of women get cancer and the men leave. Ronald Reagan ain't but probably like 20, okay? And she likes to talk a lot. It's funny how it's always the evil women that swear they be Christians. So, not all the time, but most of the time. I don't want to like, I don't want to offend nobody who actually is out there making it look good and doing it right. But they were talking about that, and she butted in talking about, well, that's why you got to get the right guy, and you got to pick the guy based off his morals. I'm like, you think all the women before you didn't think about that? You think all the women before you didn't think about that? People change, my dear. People pull that mask off when they get married. The world is cold. The world is very cold. And because your ass ain't had to touch it yet, you don't even know. Just talking. Just talking. I'm like, it's gonna be funny when your karma catch up with you. Cause ooh, it's gonna get your little ass. And she ain't gonna be able to handle it, I can tell. Not at all. She don't do well under pressure. Not one bit. So hopefully the karma ease its way onto her. Because if it's too much at once, she'll just fucking break. But yeah, I was like, why you sit down? And you know what she said afterwards? She was talking about something it's like, period. Let me tell you about how these white hoes do. They'll take everything that black women do. The white guys will take what the black men do. Hell, even the Hispanic, the Asians, they'll take what the black women and the black men do and won't even want to be in a room alone with a black person. Now, what that tell you? She's so scared that I'm gonna be aggressive as a black woman, but she'll say period like a bad bitch, but wouldn't even spit on a bad bitch if she was on fire. Boy, it's a cold world out there, I tell you. It's a cold world. It's weird. It's really weird. Oh, this is the last thing, and then I'm gonna end the video because it's probably like an hour. Feel so much better now that I got this out, but I got a couple more videos I need to make about the black guys that go to school there. They some cracker bitches. Okay, we gonna dig into them. And then I think that'll be done. I can move on with life. Oh, it's somebody from my past. It's a couple people from my got I got some stuff. I got some stuff. When you watch the videos, if you can relate, you know, God bless. This is for you. This is for me. First of all, it's for me to rant. This is for you if you've ever been through something like it and you didn't have nobody to talk to and nobody believed you. And three is for the organization. Because like I said, all proceeds go to Type 1 Civilization Organization, the nonprofit. We go for food, water, shelter, wherever I'm at, I try to help the people out. Anyway, this is the last thing, and then I'm gonna go. And the other stuff will be in later videos about the bum bitches. So, anyway, last thing. At one of these games we were at, they were doing really bad. Now, I was already working my way off the team because I was like, I don't want to be around none of these weirdos no more. They weird. I can't be one of them people that just do my job, or it's not a job, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm not one of those people that can just show up, do whatever, and go home. I'm an empath, so I absorb wherever I'm at. So if I'm a bunch around scary assholes that's very narcissistic, manipulative, I'm gonna end up becoming that, and I'll be damned if I become them. So I had to leave. So during this time, I missed the first two practices, and I showed up to the game. I showed up to the bus so I could go to the game. You could tell how little Pillsbury Dough Girl was mad because I didn't go to practice, and I guess she felt like I couldn't play. Right. So I was subbed out the whole game until the last set. I got in. Mind you, they were losing bad. They lost the first one bad, they lost the second one bad, and by the time I got in on the third one, they was losing bad. So anyway, I get in, Pillsbury Dough Girl hating on me. I'm like, ha ha, you hate on me so much, but like just get over it. You can't control me. So I get in the game, I'm doing good. You know, that little chunky monkey turn around talking about run faster. She didn't run fast the whole two first sets. That's why they in this predicament now. You telling me to do something you can't do. Like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just troll her. I'm not gonna go back at her with fire because then Mr. Man, sir, gonna start trying to say something. And then I'm gonna have to get into a fight with two, three, four, five, God knows how many people, right? So I'm like, play it smart. Just troll the fuck out of her. Just burn her up. So I just make fun of her and do this gesture like running faster or something like that. And it was just funny to see the team crumble because at one point the white girl with the black boyfriend who's scared of black people and Pillsbury Dough girl started arguing because they both narcissists. So they started arguing because nobody wanted to take the responsibility of fucking up. So they just started crumbling upon each other. And I was like, this is what happens when it's a whole bunch of narcissists on a team, is that when the pressure is on, everybody's just gonna blame everybody for why they're losing instead of somebody being the leader and saying, you know what, let me delegate what we need to do and let me motivate these people. They crumble because they all narcissists. Oh, I gotta talk about one more thing. I'm sorry, but I got to. But anyway, so they lose the set, we huddled up, everybody upset and shit, obviously, again, everybody uptight. And then the Pillsbury Dough girl starts talking, and she was like, started first, all good and stuff like that. And I was actually gonna speak up and say what I think they're doing wrong is in leadership. All they gotta do is be more loving to each other, stuff like that. And she see me smile because she was like, I know sometimes I'm a bitch. I know da 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 da. Da." I smiled because it's true. But not a bitch like she mean, a bitch like she gotta stop being a scary hoe. She gotta grow up. So when she see that, she try to talk slick and be like, I don't know if some of you guys need therapy, this, and that. I don't know. I don't know. And then Mr. Lady Sir, Joanna Man over here smiling and stuff, 'cause she is scary hoe too. They can't never be direct. They always want to talk shit, but you can't talk shit to them because they can't take it. They're doing scary ass, funny looking hoes. Well, not her. I already said she's too unattractive. But um, what's it called? Uh, yeah, she did all of that, and I was like, bruh, they are so weird. How you try to be a bad bitch, but you can't be direct? What the fuck? That's like somebody fucking with you and you punching the person next to them. What did that accomplish? Ooh, they're so scared. Bruh, handle it with the person. Like, you, their imagination is very vivid. Oh, Jesus. But it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. 'Cause she always like brags about being in nursing school. And I thought it was really funny when I seen on TV that nurses, it's not a professional career no more. It got demoted. Because I was like, yeah, that should humble her a little bit. Like, calm down. Calm down. Y'all gotta come down to earth, man. That's the problem. Y'all gotta come down to earth. Y'all too, I don't know if y'all too far up, too far left, or too far right, but you gotta come down to earth a little bit. But um, but that's what I be talking about with Lady Man, Sir Joanna Man. She instigates stuff. She don't say, hey, like who are you talking about to be specific? Like, put it on the table, bring it out. She just instigates it, wants it to keep going, which is really weird. She probably a pedophile for real, just being honest. Because why are you 20, 30 years they senior trying to be in little girl mess? That's weird right there. I've had many coaches. I had a black coach that I looked up to like my own mama. She didn't play that shit. She didn't instigate shit with us. She shut that shit down. She got on both our ass and she shut that shit down right away, just like that. And she let us go at each other. If we was being rude to each other, she let us kind of figure it out. And if it got too far, she would get on everybody. So she on that weirdo shit. Cause she trying to instigate it. She get happy about it. I really don't think she ever had a lot of confidence or no power. So when she feels somebody could like trigger her and make her realize how insecure she is, or trigger her and make her realize how much power she don't have, she tries to go at him. She's really weird. Like, I've trust me, I've had coaches. They some off with her. They need to watch. They need to watch some off with her. It could just be 'cause she's trying too hard to be a nigga too. You gotta be sturdy. If you're gonna be sturdy, at least be sturdy. You can't be a slave and be sturdy. It could be that too, but I don't know. And then too, she talking all this shit, whoop de woo, and she trying to impress all these little white hoes. They don't even like her. They think she weird because she gay. But she trying to impress them. I probably would have been cool with her because I be liking women too. We probably could have went to the strip club or something together. But no, you fucking up because you trying to be weirdo vibe. But she doing all that for them. Little Pillsbury dough girl talking slick about her. Uh, white girl that like black dude but don't like black people was talking about how she was supposed to be the softball coach because that's like her sport, and somehow she's not there anymore, so I'm assuming she couldn't make the cut. She teaching volleyball while they got a coach for softball. So I'm like, well, that you pointing finger at everybody. You need to be looking in the mirror, my dear. The sport that's your sport, you ain't even the coach for. That's a red flag right there. But anyway, this is the last thing for real. Another thing I don't like, and you need to watch out for white women and probably just white people too in general, is that the team I used to go to this school, right? This community college where I grew up. We ended up playing them actually. It was kind of cool. So mainly black girls or black women, excuse me, and it was one white woman, right? One of the girls on there, she do have, I think she got anger management issues or something. Probably that's crazy. But she could be sweet, she could be sour. I don't know if it's bipolar or anger management. I don't know. But she got mad because something was going on, and the coach called a timeout on their side, right? On our side, we went in a huddle, all these white women talking about she's mad, she's mad. And then Mr. Lady Sir Joanna Man was like, yeah, if that happens, if you guys feel like that in the game, just let me know and I'll pull you out. But that's unacceptable. That's okay. The black woman, she didn't say nothing. All she did was smack a ball down because she was frustrated. That's unacceptable. But when Pillsbury Dough Girl is yelling at people and getting on people and blaming other people for shit not working, that's acceptable. Cause she white? She not white. She Asian, but she look white because she's so pale. But that's acceptable. The white girl who got black boyfriend but scared of black people, if she get on somebody and start kind of getting disrespectful, it's okay. Like lady woman Joanna Manser be laughing when they do stuff that's kind of disrespectful. She weird. You know, she may be the problem for real because she ain't got no damn backbone. Cowards can't lead. She laughs at children being disrespectful instead of getting on them, but that's acceptable because they white. This woman over here didn't say nothing. All she did was show she was aggravated by slapping a ball. But you got these white women over here. I'm gonna call them women. I really think they're girls, but I'm gonna call them women just to be fair since their age is according. But you got these white women over here that are actually saying stuff and doing stuff, and that's acceptable. That's I'm like, bro. And they all in the hood talking about, yeah, yeah, yo, y'all need to look in the mirror. This is bad, but it's okay because everybody gets their karma in due time. Pillsbury Dope Girl, her pride and joy is being in nursing school, and that shit got demoted. I found out in a car ride to one of the games because they was talking. I was trying to tune them out, but I couldn't. Mr. Ladyman, Sir Joanna Man, was getting upset because somebody who's her boss kept fucking with her. And you know what? Karma. And you also know what? She's so fucking weak that when somebody put pressure on her, she lashes out. I didn't lash out at nobody when they kept putting pressure on me because I'm built for it, bitch. Because I'm built for it. That's the problem. You're not built for it. You're not built for it, and you don't ever take responsibility. So when you go through the molding process, you can't never be built for it. You got to take accountability and actually go through the molding process and accept the pressure. If you keep trying to not be accountable for nothing and trying to avoid the pressure, how you gonna go through it and become a leader? Stupid ass. She gonna lash out at one of the other women on the team. Now, the person she lashed out with was grown, like she's 25, 26. But I just found it funny just listening that you try to fuck with me and ride me, and I ain't done shit to you for real, not what you deserve. And the person that's fucking with you, you don't go and talk to this person. You go lash out at somebody that's probably half your age. And then she gonna talk about, yeah, sorry about that too. I was just frustrated. You scary, weak ass motherfucker. You should apologize to her when you did that or came back that same day or in person when you seen her the next day. Not talking about, yeah, by the way, I'm sorry. What the fuck? That's some weak ass shit. How you do something to one person and then when they come back and it gets done to you, you can't even deal with the pressure. You gotta lash out at an innocent person that's half your age. And then ain't even got the guts to go apologize in person. You gotta apologize on a car ride, be like, by the way, I'm sorry. I was frustrated. You can't handle your emotions. You a grown person, you can't handle your emotions. So not only are you immature, you're emotionally immature, you're a coward, you funny looking as hell, and you bad guilt. That's just a bad combo, bro. That's a bad combo. But you know what? God bless them all. God bless them all. God bless them all. I feel better now. So this should be episode 2. Episode 3, I don't know what it's gonna be about, but I gotta get on them black dudes that's like more crackerish than any white man I've met. And they so damn weak. And one of them like a canker plus monster. He got like I'm kind of scared to be around him because empaths absorb, right? I don't want to go through acne again. He got like, I don't know, he just looked like a walking pest monster, like a infection. You know, them signs when you got toxic waste? Every time he walked by, I just feel like he a snake with toxic waste. It's something that's very slimy and it's just nasty about him. Like when he fart, he kind of lifts his leg and then he smells it. Like, something is off about that dude. I feel like he would date rape somebody for real. And I'm pretty sure he down low. But we'll get to that in the next one. But this is episode 2. This is about um I don't know, I need to come up with a name, but I feel better now that I made a video about it.